Hello and welcome to Beyond the Brawl, Episode 3. I am joined today in our Too Many Beards segment with Mr. Dunbar. Andrew, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, excellent. How are you today, Drew?
I'm doing good, man. It's Labor Day, so I get the day off, so I can't complain about that. And up bright and early so we can have this chat and hopefully go enjoy some hot dogs or something like that on a grill somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
A little cold here in Ohio, and I know it's probably a little chilly up in Wisconsin too. But you know, shouldn't complain. Shouldn't complain.
Yeah, that's right. Us big bodies don't mind it a bit cooler,
No,
so.
no, 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 no. Fat, hairy blubber. Whatever that is. The walrus lifestyle I lead really lends itself.
Yeah. You know, yeah, there's a reason walruses aren't found in Texas. So.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm gonna probably go find an ice bath here later just to cool down a touch. But I do want to intro real quick. We have some music, some intro music, which I'm really excited about. Our friend Troy and his great band Lovely Weather, allowed us to use their music, and I think it's a great way to come in. And folks, you should definitely check out Lovely Weather, a great band, really relaxing, shoegaze stuff. And if you're old like us and enjoyed music back in the '90s and early 2000s, you'll feel right at home. So give them a shout. So we're here today to talk a bit about your favorite thing, I believe, board games. You're a big board game fan. I know that you're always pushing us for us to play some board games, and we all try to resist it and want to do anything else. But no, but board games are great, man. So, and I know that you on your socials, we've been following it. You've been unveiling your top 100 board games of all time. Is that accurate?
Yeah. So, it's something me and another board game friend, we kind of just were talking about, like, where would we rank stuff? How would we do it? But
Yeah.
it's something we've, thrown out. Oh, I think this would be in my top 10. Oh, this is definitely
Yeah.
top 50 when we play games.
Right.
And I was
Right.
like, I should just make an official list
Yeah.
so I can track it
It's a good idea.
and then see over 2, 3, 4 years of me doing this every year, how much does it change? Like, and then I could use this to steer myself towards or away new games coming out.
Okay.
If I see a certain genre of games dropping,
Yeah.
I could probably be like, well, I don't need to buy another version of that,
Sure.
within that genre for $400 off Kickstarter. I'd rather go spend $50 on this and maybe make better decisions on my gaming habits. That's
Yeah.
kind of where this all started.
That makes sense. Are you like me? Because I think there's something. And I don't know if just guys do this, but all of my life, me and my buddies like, oh, top 10, this, top three, top five. Who's the? And I have top five, top three, everything, and there's probably 50 things in all of my top fives. So I don't know that I could commit. I'm looking at your list, and I don't know that I could narrow it down to, like that. So I think that it probably has to be. I mean, imagining it's an either incredibly complex level of criteria or the second one. And knowing you, I suspect it's probably closer to this one. Just a gut feeling, and you just write stuff down. And you go, yeah, that feels good. So, talk to me about your selection process and the criteria.
You're pretty well on. It's about 70%, 30%
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so when I started this, I for one, I use this app called Milanote, which
Okay.
if you haven't used this app, Milanote, highly recommend downloading. It basically is your desktop, but it turns it almost into a corkboard. So you
Oh.
can drag like a note over, type into it. You can drag a picture, post a picture.
Okay.
When I'm painting something, I'll use it because I'll just drag like two or three. Like I want it painted in this style, like a famous Warhammer painter
Sure.
or whatever, and maybe a picture of like Warhammer art, and then I'll literally just drag like three colors over, and it
Interesting.
works like a corkboard. I can move them around, all that. So Milanote is an awesome app. Highly recommend using it. I'll shoot you the info,
Yeah.
so you can check it out. It's
Yes.
great.
Uh,
But so I used that app, and I basically broke down made three columns, and I started filling them out. I put about 33, 33, and the rest. I had about 125 games to start. And then I just kind of started, and again, I can literally drag and drop because each one was an individual note. And I just started dragging and dropping, like, oh, this is a top 33, right? Top
Yeah.
third. Oh, this isn't. This needs to go higher. And once I kind of had the column set, then I started doing the up, nope, this
Okay.
isn't 40, this is 32, and
Got it.
kind of that. And I have some criteria, but yeah, a lot of it was just kind of like, no, every time I play this, I want to play it again. Like that was a big thing. Was
Yeah.
you want to reset and play the game again.
So the replayability is a huge factor. Like it's because there's some games you're like, oh, this is amazing. I'm glad I played this, but I don't know that I ever want to do this again, right? Like it just for whatever reason, either there's elements of it that are surprise, like that you're like, oh, I uncovered this thing, but you're not going to enjoy it that second time, or complexity or whatever that might be. Cool.
Exactly.
So then
and not just.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, I would say, and not just replayability, like, because I actually put a replayability score on all mine.
Okay.
It's not just, do I want to set it up again? It's also like, can I play this multiple times and not get bored? I.e., is it the same 5 spaces that we're trying to game for, and the game itself doesn't evolve? Or is it a game, I'm trying to think of one that I posted recently that had, Forest Shuffle. So in Forest Shuffle, you're creating this board in front of you, and you're making a forest. You're playing trees, and then as you play trees, you can put small animals. You kind of tuck them under there to, like, this is their home, or you put like ferns, you put butter. The game, you're maybe going to go through half the amount of cards that are in there. There's like 180 cards in this game. So every time you play it, you don't even go through half the cards that are physically in the box.
Okay.
But then also every time you play it, it's never like, oh, then I played with the other half. No, it's always an evolving. Like, the game never feels the same twice.
Got it.
So that's also a part of replayability, is like, is there enough options in there to where I'm not just going to hammer the same? I'm not just going to metagame and do the exact same strategy every single time.
Okay, yeah.
So that's part of that replayability score as well.
That makes sense, because there are some games like, what's a game that we play? What the heck is that one? What's the D&D one with the Underdark?
Tyrants of the Underdark?
Thank you. Yeah, I had half of it and I couldn't remember. I love that game, but I try the same strategy every single time. Even though the decks are different, it's a great game. I love it. I'll play the heck out of it, but I always try to do the same thing. I'm like, oh, this kind of works for me. But so I get what you're saying. That's good. So for me, I think the hardest part would be sorting them into those columns, right? So you said you divide them up in like thirds or whatever that is, and then like, okay, well, this one's 33, but it could probably be 34, and if it's 34, it could probably be 60. You know what I mean? I've been following it, and I think you've released down. You're in what, like the 70s or 60s?
I think
something like that.
Recording in the 70s, somewhere around there.
And I'm impressed. I don't know that I could name 100 board games that I've played, but just looking at that process, like, man, this game's pretty. I played this one. This is pretty cool. I think I would have it higher, but then you're like, well, what would I? When you want to move something higher, you're like, what am I going to move lower, right? And I think that becomes the challenge. So what is it about board? Why did you do this? I mean, you spoke about it doing it with your buddy, but why? What is it about board games that you have 100 board games that you would think enough about that you want to rank and like talk about?
Yeah, so I've always been a war gamer.
Yeah.
But the difficulty of getting wargaming to the table.
Okay.
One, even the shortest game, back in the day when War Machine was at its peak.
Yeah.
It's still an hour game.
Right.
Plus the getting there, plus the getting people together, plus the terrain. So it was it's a day. Like, you're setting 4 hours aside minimum if you're gonna be playing something. Plus the prep, the building the list, the paint, all that. So with board games, I can call somebody up and be like, hey, you got 45 minutes to play a game? And I go there, we play the game, I leave. I'm home within an hour of leaving home.
Right.
And I get a board game in.
That makes sense.
So it became a thing of necessity, as, got family and a house and a yard and animals, to have those quicker days. Because going out and playing Warhammer or Conquest or something once every 3 months just wasn't scratching enough of an itch for me.
Yeah.
So I started leaning a little more board games, and then I started finding like just how different, like how complex board games are, and how many different ones there are. And it's really taken up probably my number one. It's probably jumped wargaming in terms of what I, not just how I spend my time, but actually almost how I prefer. I'd almost take a board gaming day over a miniature wargaming day nowadays.
I mean, I guess if you think of it that way, like if you play a mini war game. Like I went to and played at an event day, right? And you play 2 or 3 games of Conquest. That's 8-10 hours, and all I've done is play Conquest. Now I enjoy the heck out of the game. I enjoy wargaming, but in that same time, you could probably crush through 3-4 different board games, so you're talking about a completely different experience, different feelings, all those things. So I guess that's a really cool thing. I suppose when everyone comes over the house for a weekend, or we go to Columbus to Tyler's, we're just playing board games, and and the weekend we'll play 6, 7, 8 different board games, and that's pretty cool because you can play with multiple people. It's not just one-on-one. So I hear what you're saying. I don't know that you're going
to learn,
Yeah.
I can teach somebody a board game in 30, 40 minutes.
True.
If I just brought a new army and I'm like, we're playing a game of Conquest, you have 1 hour to learn the rules. Know, and I'm not going to help you, because if I help you, then you're going to win.
Sure.
So that's the ease in. So I have a 9 and 11-year-old.
Yeah.
They'll play a lot of games with me. They kind of want to roll dice and play Warhammer with me, but they're not ready to know the whole game yet.
Yeah.
But I game like some of the ones we're going to talk about now. I play a lot of these with them.
Right.
At 9 and 11. So
that's awesome. And it gets people thinking. It's like we've always talked about, it's a social experience. You can do it with more than 2 people. If you're playing a war game, it's like you and I are playing a game, and that's a social experience here. And someone could be sitting off to the side, but they're not as involved. And so, I think it's a great way, especially to get young minds involved in playing games, whatever capacity that is, because it leads to that, the flexibility of the brain, which is also cool. Okay, so board games they are. So we talked a bit about the criteria. So it's a bit of gut, a bit of science. It's that blend of art and science, and which anything good should be. Well, why don't we get to them? Why don't we break in? Why don't we announce the top 10 here, right? And so by the time this releases, we should be deep into releasing, into your top 25 and into your top 10. So let's start with your number 10. What's your 10th favorite all-time board game?
So my 10th favorite all-time board game is Sushi Go.
Wow.
So I have 2 versions of it here. I have Sushi Go and then Sushi Go Party.
Okay.
Take whatever version of it you want. Sushi Go Party is just bigger. It has more options, so that replayability is a lot higher. But for me, Sushi Go, there's just something about this little compact tin, and they both of them come in a nice metal tin. That's often in my backpack or in my car when I'm going out to eat, because you order your food. I can break that out and play a game. It takes about 15 minits to play the game.
It's awesome.
If I'm out with the guys and we just want to go grab a pint, we can play that game, and we have a game. We can sit there and chat, and it's kind of, it's the thing we're doing while we're talking. We're rarely talking about the game. We're talking about our lives and how's your week and all that.
Yeah.
But it's a super great game. It's a drafting game, so it's kind of a core mechanic of board games to where I get dealt 10 cards. I get to keep one, and I'm going to pass the other 9 to my left. I'm going to take the cards from the guy to my right, and now I have to choose one of those. And over passing all those cards, I'm going to keep 10 that are going to be playable. But now I got to kind of play ahead of, I don't know what's coming, but I also need to keep my strategy open, because it's some set collecting. There's different cards in here that'll be get 3 of these before you even get your first point. If you have 1 or 2, it's worth 0 points, but you need 3 to get 8 points, which 8 points is big. I think the normal game ends at 20 to 25 points.
Okay.
But you don't know. The other people may not be passing that card to you. If all 4 people are deciding to use that same card, they may never get one to you.
Right.
And then you have these super awesome little artwork. Let's see if I can't get this to focus at all. There we go. Awesome little artwork.
Yeah.
A little face on your sushi and all this, and this is the size of the cards. The game's got about 100 of these in there, and it's for me the quintessential drafting game.
Right.
Anybody likes playing that type of game, it's the one you got to go to.
Okay. No, and I have two really quick points. I think I had 2. I'll see. I can remember one. I'll see if I can remember the other one here. But the first thing is, so you introduced this concept to me when we were at Gen Con a couple years ago, and I think we were going to the food court, right? It was me, you, and my boy AJ, and we were waiting for our food, and you pulled out point salad. and like this super simple game, lots of fun. I went home and bought it, but like you sort of explained what that means. Like, yeah, this is a game we use to like get warmed up. This is when we get together for a game night or we're playing a heavy game. In between rounds of that, we'll throw this out just as a sort of like either an appetizer, a amuse-bouche, whatever that is, just sort of like to set the stage. And I thought that was a really, really cool because, and it gives you, it gets the brain juices going or what have you. And I thought that was a really, really neat way to play it, to put it. So I appreciate you introducing that concept to me. The other thing, which is not nearly as, might be a little bit more dark-sided, just the idea that this is something I talked to Troy about previously, the therapist, and the idea that guys have to have something in between us to have conversations. Whether or not that's a good or bad thing is irrelevant, but the fact is, like you said, you get the cards out, so instead of just staring at your phones, you're playing a game, and that probably gets you talking about how life's going, your families, and so it's probably a healthy way to do that. You're facing each other as opposed to staring at a screen watching a sports game or something like that. So I think that's really, really cool. Sushi Go, far more complex psychologically than they probably had anticipated creating the game. So well done, Sushi Go. You've solved. Sushi Go is the cure to male loneliness. Congratulations. Cool. So now that we've solved that, let's get on to some less heavy things than Sushi Go. That's your number 10. What's number 9? What do we got?
So number 9, we're going to be rolling into King of Tokyo. This is the dark edition. Normally it's a very colorful box and all that. This is if you remember the old video game Rampage.
Love it.
Where you just were big creatures knocking it's that if that and Yahtzee had a baby. In this game you take control of a monster, and they're constantly releasing new ones. I got an exclusive one because I actually played and placed 4th in a tournament at Gen Con a couple years ago.
I remember that.
Got like an exclusive.
Yeah.
You roll these 6 dice and you look for sets. If you get 3 1s, you get a point. If you get 3 2s, you get 2 points. If you get 3 3s, you get 3 points.
I got it.
Pretty standard.
Makes
but then
sense.
there's fists to where you're doing damage to people. There's healing, so you can heal back up. And then there's these energy cards or cubes or jellies, people would call them, that I can buy upgrades with. And it's kind of fun because whoever it's an all v all, but it plays kind of like a 1v all. So whoever is in Tokyo, they're getting more points. Every time they start a turn in Tokyo, they get a little more points.
Okay.
And you can't heal when you're in Tokyo. So you kind of, everybody that's not in Tokyo, when you hit somebody, you only hit the person in Tokyo.
Okay.
But when the person in Tokyo rolls those hits, the little fists, they hit everybody outside. So it's kind of a balance of how long can I stay here to get as many points as I can before I have to tap out, leave, so I can then go heal.
Got it.
And then try to get back in.
And
you can leave any time. It's just kind of like, I don't want to take any more damage. I back out, and the last person to do damage to you goes in, sort of a thing.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of push your luck, which makes sense because you're rolling your dice, and you get, you roll Yahtzee rules. You roll, and then you get 2 re-rolls.
Okay.
Farm and whatever dice you want. It's really just it's a spin of Yahtzee. Or I'm in Wisconsin, so bar dice is a big thing.
Yep.
It's one that is great for kids because what 9 to 11-year-old boy, which is what I have, don't love just like Mecha Godzilla smashing the giant penguin, little stuff like that. So it's a very quick, again, beer and pretzels. It's a good lubricator of a board game night. It's one of those two that there is a little strategy. It's not just throwing dice because they added these power-up cards.
Yeah.
They gave you little extra things. There is some strategy to it that makes it feel really, really like a complete game and not just throwing dice to throw dice.
And how long does it typically take to play a game of King of Tokyo?
30 minutes or less, I would say.
Awesome. Okay.
Which makes it nice because it has a player elimination thing to where like if your monster dies, you're out.
Okay.
But if I got to sit for 10 minutes and everyone's still fighting, it's kind of fun to sit there and ag it on.
Right.
And I don't feel like, my day's over. I got to leave because, it's a 4-hour game. No.
Right.
It's 30 minutes, so I'm sitting there. I'm having fun. It gives me time to go refill my plate, get some more meatballs, and then come back or, whatever we're doing.
Yes.
Another
losing
kind of
always the worst
30-minute game.
That's great. Okay, so
Exactly.
we got two simple ones. And so that takes us to number 8. King of Tokyo is 9. Number 8, what do you got? This is a game. I love this game.
Yeah, so this is a great game. This is Sagrada.
It's upside down for the viewers.
So this is Sagrada. So I apparently have the back on upside down.
Okay, I got you.
So this is Sagrada, which is a beautiful game, as you can see by this box art and all this. It's just, the game is absolutely gorgeous to play.
Who's the maker? Who's the maker of that game?
Floodgate Games.
Floodgate, because they have a lot of really beautiful games.
All their games are so pretty, vivid.
Yep.
I can never say the other one, but it's about the color festival where they throw the powder. There's a game about that.
Yep.
Yeah. So fun little fact before I explain Sagrada. This is, for whatever reason, a weird core memory with me and Josh.
Yeah.
Because we went to a Gen Con. It was one of our first Gen Cons together. 2014, 2015, somewhere in that range. And we went and we spent like the whole time talking about this game because we got a demo in, and the whole time we're like, oh, we want this. And it was kind of like it wasn't out yet. So then we had to order it, and it took like a year from ordering it to get it. So it was still like in production. So it was, every time we met, we're like, God, we want to play this game. So it's just like one of those weird core memories I have with Josh now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun game. So the idea of the game is you're a stained glass manufacturer, and you're drafting dice. So every round you roll, if there's 4 players, you're going to roll 8 dice plus 1, so 9 dice. And the color of the dice and the pip, the number of the dice matter. So you place them on this little card you have. I kept one sitting out. It's a foil one, so I don't know if it's going to see it too well.
Yeah, you can see it. We're good.
But you can see some of them have numbers, some of them have colors.
Yeah.
I have to put a red dice in the red spot. I have to put a 4 where the 4 goes. All these in the middle are wild. I can set whatever.
Yeah.
But the 2 main placement rules is you can never put the same number orthogonally next to each other, and you can never put the same color orthogonally next to each other. Diagonal's fine. So it really starts to become a game of, am I going to see another 4 rolled? You would think, well, there's going to be 12 more dice rolled. I'm probably going to see it. You never see a 4 again. If you get yourself down to needing 1 color, you're never going to see that color again.
Yeah.
But also it becomes a little bit of what I call hate drafting, to where I'm like, he really needs a blue. I don't need a blue, but I can use it.
Yep.
So I'm going to take the only blue that got pulled this turn, and try to use it to really stress him. Because there's another mechanic to where you can break the rules with certain points.
Sure.
You give up points to break the rules. So if I can force you to cut 2 of your victory points, cool.
Yeah.
That's, so it gets very strategic as you play, but it plays very well at the family level. And then as you play with gamers and all that, it scales, which is something that I weigh very heavy into these decisions.
Right.
Is this a game that scales? And King of Tokyo and Sushi Go are kind of the same thing. I can play them with my family, and I can scale them all the way up to some hardcore gamers.
So like simple to learn, but allows for to be as complex as the player base wants it to be. Right.
Exactly.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Yeah, and Sagrada is one. I know Josh introduced that to me. I think I played it for the first time with him at one of our gaming weekends. I think down in Columbus with Tyler, and it's just a really, really cool game. It's one of those that I can like. Okay, this is going to be different every time, and you can play it. It doesn't take a ton of time.
And this card.
Yeah,
you choose this card, and I've gotten several after, because every year the company releases like a mini upgrade. It's like $5 at Gen Con. I pay for it, and it comes with like 8 new of these cards.
Right.
Which again, just keeps the game replayable.
Right.
So I'm just constantly. It probably has 80 cards in the box. I've picked up another 15 or 20. So there's, I'd have to do 100 playthroughs to see every possible card. Style of this game,
yeah. No, that's incredible. Yeah, and that's a really cool game, one that we definitely don't play enough. Okay, so number 8. So we're finally onto a game that I have not had any experience with. What's our number 7 game?
So number 7 is a game called Furnace. So Furnace is
it's pretty new, right?
It is relatively new. I'd say within the last 5 years for sure. It's maybe even 22, somewhere around there. But yes, it's definitely a very new game. So in this game, it's kind of turn of the century, industrial revolution kind of age, and you are trying to keep your engine going. So it's an engine builder. So throughout the game, you're going to be doing this really cool bidding mechanism. So everybody starts with a 1, 2, 3, and a 4 token.
Okay.
And that's your bid, but it's also a multiplier. So there's going to be certain cards laid out, and they're going to do different things. This one's going to produce oil. Well, in my tableau of cards I've built, oil is what I turn into gold, and gold I turn into money, sort of, you know. So I need to find bits that fit within my engine. Is that what that game is called, an engine builder?
Mm-hmm.
So on there, though, I put my 4. I really need this card. I'm going to set my 4 down. Okay. I bid 4 on it, essentially, right? But you have to place all 4 across like 8 different cards. So I'm going to place my 1, 2, 3, 4. So each of those cards also have an immediate buyout option. So let's say I place my 2 on this card because I'd be cool if I got it, but I'm not like hurting for it. And then you put your 3 on it, so you win. You won with your 3, you get the card. But I lost with my 2. So if on the card it was 1 oil, I bid my 2 on it, I'm going to get 2 oils.
Okay.
And if I put my 3 on there, you win it with your 4, you get the card. I would get 3 oils because I get a multiplier of how high. So not only am I bidding because I want these cards, there's almost this like mini game you have to play of like, I don't want this card, but it's immediate. I really want 2 of these resources that it's going to pay out if I lose by putting my 2 on there. So I have to kind of balance like, when do I put this down? I'm waiting on you to put something down because I can never bid on the same thing twice.
Yeah.
And nobody can put the same number on the card as the previous person.
Oh.
So if you put the 2 on there, I have to either put a 1 or a 3.
Got it.
1 may not be enough resource.
Right.
And I don't want to win the card.
Yeah.
So it becomes this very deep game of bidding.
That's
and then you get the cards, and every turn, unlike a normal engine builder where like everything kind of stays out and you add it, you pick up all your cards and you get to play them in whatever order you want, which makes it feel really good because there's only 4 turns to this game.
Wow.
So by turn 2, if my engine isn't doing what I wanted it to, I can make a quick change and play my cards in a different order and maybe generate, I guess, like coal, oil, gold, and there's one more I can't remember. So maybe I can just shift it and kind of make it into a different game mid-thing because you took something I needed and I'm not just stuck now.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons it's so high on my list is I don't feel stuck in this game. There's always something to do.
That's cool. That's I'm definitely gonna that sounds interesting. It's historical. I'll have to check that out. My least favorite time in history, the Gilded Age. But yeah, sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna let's talk about number 6. I'm gonna let you try to pronounce this one because I have no clue.
No problem. Number 6 is Nidavellir.
Sure.
Nidavellir.
Yep.
It is. Recently, it was in the MCU. That's where the dwarfs that make the weapons for Thor.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they live. That's Nidavellir. It's the star. So Nidavellir is a very fun game. Have you played this one?
I have not.
Okay, so in Nidavellir, you are trying to amass your army of warrior dwarfs to impress the king and win because the king's impressed with your army. Basically. Okay. The way this is done, though, is so unique. I've never seen a game that uses this exact style of a mechanism. So what happens is everyone starts with a 0, 2, 3, 4 coin. So you have 4 coins, 0, 2, 3, and a 4, okay? When there's 3 different taverns that you're drafting your dwarfs from, because they're all in bars. Okay. And you go into these bars and you're trying to bid, you're trying to hire them. So I'm going to place my 0, 2, or 4, or whatever combo of coins I want to draft from this. Whoever bids the highest coin gets the first pick of the dwarves in these things. But it's all done face down and you unveil at the same time. But the fun part is, if I use a 0 coin, that means I'm going to have coins left over that I'm not bidding with, and then I get to upgrade one of those coins. So essentially by tanking, by purposely playing a 0 coin, meaning I'm going to go last at this particular bar or pub or wherever, tavern, I get to upgrade. So I didn't bid with my 2 and 5 coin. Well, that means I now take my 5 coin, I put it in, and I take a 7 out now of the bank.
Okay.
So now I have a higher coin because I threw off.
All right.
which means now I have and the next turn I do that again with my 7 and my 4, and I kind of throw off, and now I have an 11 coin. So I can not only am I drafting the people I want, I'm constantly having to upgrade my coin at the same time.
Okay.
And after that, it's a relatively easy set collection game. The dwarves I'm actually trying to pick are red dwarves or a multiplier. Every red dwarf I have multiplies itself.
Okay.
One is a Fibonacci sequence. Your first 2 are 1 point,
Yeah.
1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 5 points.
That's awesome.
Another one is it's just set collections, but that whole upgrading your coin thing is so unique. It's so fun. Because they've really built this. Again, it's under an hour game.
Awesome.
The tension of this whole, like, I really need this orange. He knows I need this orange. Is he gonna waste his 19 coin
to make sure
when I only have a 10 coin?
Right.
But his next is a 9. Yeah. So is he gonna way overbid on this thing because to be sure I don't get it, or does he want something further on even more?
Right.
So it becomes this almost social deduction game, slowly mixed into this. And it's a pretty thinky game.
Yeah.
But again, it's relatively light. At the end of the day, I'm just bidding and trying to collect sets.
Yeah.
A 9-year-old, I know, I play with my 9-year-old, can say, oh, I need more reds, I need more blues, I need more oranges to complete sets.
Okay.
So again, the base is relatively small, but it scales with who you play with.
Yeah. Lot of bluffing. That's cool. I like that a lot. But I'm definitely gonna have to give that a check. I think you're giving me a lot of suggestions that are gonna cost me a lot of money for games that I probably won't play that often. But that one sounds really cool. That's gonna have to make the list. Okay, so we've done 10 through 6. We have Sushi Go at 10, number 9 King of Tokyo, 8 Sagrada, 7 Furnace, 6 Nidavellir. So that's 10 through 6. So let's get to the top 5 and let's make sure that we give these games the love. And I can say that I've played all of these except one. So I'm pretty impressed. So let's go.
It'll be interesting to see which one not.
Yeah, and I imagine I think I've played all of these with you. So let's go to number 5. What's your number 5 board game of all time?
So number 5, if you would have asked me 2-3 weeks ago, I would have said was my number 1. I love this game. I adore it. And as I started thinking, this came down to that whole, like, as I moved stuff around, hard decisions were made. And it's dropped to 5. But I always consider it my number 1, and that's Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
So in Terraforming Mars, you're gathering and playing cards to terraform Mars. So you're playing cards that are like nuclear bomb that we're using to, warm up the temperature of the planet.
Right.
But that's going to have some negative because I just dropped a nuke on the planet we're trying to now live on. Or I could introduce algae and do it slower, but it doesn't give me negative at the end, but I'm not going to get where I want to go as fast.
Okay.
And then you have certain cards like cattle. I need to bring cattle, but before I can bring cattle, I have to get the oxygen up to 10%. And there's different parameters. How much water is on the planet? What's the temperature? How many oceans are there? So it's a challenge of playing cards versus holding back cards because I know they're worth more if I can get them played, but I need to spend 2, maybe 3 turns, even just setting up to play a single card.
Right.
When it may be a card worth 4 points, and I spent 3 turns trying to play it, but you played 5 points worth of cards in those same 3 turns.
Sure.
So I'm like, I just wasted my entire last 20 minutes.
Right.
For no reason.
You're building something. Yeah. No, really cool game. I have played that one a couple times. Really enjoy it. I'm not sure I'm smart enough for it, but it is an immense level of replayability. Just so much variety there. What pushed it into your top 5? I mean, you said it would be your number 1. So I guess the probably more important question to answer will be talking about these next 4 games and why they pushed that one down, because it's a great game. It's one of those, if someone brings it out, I'm like, oh, yep, let's play this. Heck yeah, this is awesome. Okay, so I think the next two are 2 of my favorite games, so I think we agree there. So number 4, what's coming in at number 4?
Yeah, number 4, I know me and you have played this one several times together, and it's so good.
Yeah.
And that's Blood Rage.
Got it the second it came out and played the hell out of it.
Yeah, absolutely great game.
Yep.
Has these beautiful miniatures by Simon. and yeah, you are a Viking clan.
Yep.
Clan, right? Viking clan.
Clan. Yep.
And you are trying to take over Midgard. You're trying to become the main clan.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit of everything. Back to drafting,
Yep.
talking about Sushi Go, it's got the same. You kind of do this little mini drafting, and then you have worker placement where you're setting your warriors in different towns and doing that. And not only are you preparing them for battle, but you're trying to collect the rewards of those towns.
Yeah.
And then you have a fight phase where now I'm playing these cards that give me different actions.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a silent bid. So it's just got so many different mechanics in one box that work so seamlessly together that it just feels so complete.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Go ahead. No, finish your thought.
Oh, I was gonna say sometimes a game that has like 5, 6, 7 mechanics can start to feel a little soupy.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, what do I do again?
Right.
This when I move here. This doesn't. This is just a good soup.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff going on, but it works so well together that it is great.
A delicious minestrone of a board game, some might say.
Yeah.
But and I think that's what I like about it too. It takes some of those elements and puts them there. Like, there's a fighting element and a worker placement element, but they're the same. It's done at the same step, right? Like, or not the same step, but it's like your workers are the ones doing the fighting. So they I think they blend them really well. I could play the heck out of this one to have got the expansions with the mystics, and then you can throw the gods in there. Then every turn, a territory's getting blown up as you reach Ragnarok and everything like that. It's it is. It's so infinite. Good. Now the challenge, and I think this is my more of a me challenge as a gamer, is the idea that this is a game that I always try to go with the same strategy, mostly because I like screwing with people, so I always go with like that Loki strategy of
Loki.
Yeah. I always go with that strategy of trying to mess with people, so I intentionally want my models to die. So the more that I have them die, the more they come out of Valhalla and like things like that. And so it's one of those, and I think it's probably more of a limitation, like I said, of me as a gamer, that it is the game itself.
No, if anything, I'll add that to it's a benefit of a game to where like there's many games I went that way. Not on purpose. I just didn't play a strategy very well. And I'm like, wait, there's a reward to sucking the first 2 rounds and all my people dying?
Which is good for me.
Cool. Let's go this route now.
Right. I think that's kind of how I figured it out, right? It's like, oh, I suck at this game, but oh my God, I have this card that lets me be bad and have a chance to compete. So that's it. It's a game for suckers, or a strategy at least. So I'm very fortunate.
And I want to add one last little thing too. The idea of that draft, there's 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And being able to keep a card from your previous round.
Yes.
I love it because it means I don't have to abandon everything.
Right.
I start with this card in my hand.
Yeah.
No one can take it from me. It's mine. It's my precious. And I can kind of hold on to an idea until I see what other cards that you're passing.
Yeah.
And it's, wow, he was really strong and he blew me up a lot. I'm not giving him any of the higher cards this round.
I know it's that hate drafting, right? Like I know you have this. The cards that you've already played on your board are building towards this. So even though this isn't my, I better take this or else I know you're going to win. So there's counter strategies there. Yeah, tremendous game. And the new edition's supposed to be hitting here soon, right?
Yeah, new editions, almost like a completely separate game from what I understand.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like more based on Valhalla. So this was kind of Midgard. You can go. Okay. This is actually in Valhalla.
Yeah.
So Valhalla is the never-ending war. So it's supposed to be that sort of a thing.
Okay. I'm very excited about. Not necessarily a refresh of it's not a throw the first edition away, play this one instead. But this is kind of a different enough game where you could still enjoy both.
Exactly. Yep. I think if you only wanted to own one, you could own either. It's not an expansion, but it won't be so different that it's unrecognizable.
Right. Okay. Because when they redid Twilight Imperium, it's like, no, we're replacing that old game with this more streamlined version, and there's really no reason to play both. Where this one feels like you could probably play both and still have a good time.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yep. That's what it absolutely seems like.
Cool.
I think that's getting ready to hit here soon.
Yeah.
On the backer style pages.
Yeah. No, I'm stoked for that one. I'll be getting that, and I'll be looking forward to playing with you. And we're gonna have to talk at some point. You have 20% of your top 10 are Norse based games, so we might have to unpack that here in a little bit. But let's go back to
Interesting,
some.
yeah.
Let's go back to some Industrial Revolution age stuff. What's your number 3 game?
Number 3. Sorry, a little heavier of a game here. This is Scythe.
Beautiful game.
Yeah, so Scythe is kind of, as you said, Industrial Revolution. If we took another spin, and instead of deciding to have a giant World War I and II, everyone just kind of focused.
Yeah.
I'm not saying people didn't want to kill each other and hate each other. We just didn't put as much effort into it as we did.
Right.
So Scythe is one of the first games that I really played from Stonemaier Games.
Yeah.
Who also make Wingspan and Tapestries, and they just make their production value is off the charts, incredible. I mean, even the game box itself has that kind of, they call it like linen paper feel to it.
It's beautiful.
The game feels good in your hand.
Right.
Yeah. When you almost throw your back out picking up the game because it's so packed with quality content. That's a good thing. Scythe, this is probably one of the highest weighted games I can play. And by weight, I mean how hard is it to play, like decision-wise? And when I make a decision, how much does that determine my, going forward? Can I make oopsie moments and kind of come back from them? It's a lot harder in Scythe to come back from an oopsie moment.
Yep.
You're gathering resources, you're unlocking things on your board. It's an asymmetric game, so everybody has a different board in front of them that they're playing. We're playing one game, but you doing one action unlocks this action, but I have to do this action to unlock the same secondary action, which, again, really helps that replayability. You can play, I think there's 5 classes and 5 VAT plus the expansions, probably over 40 plays of this game before you've just played everything once.
Right.
And you need to play each thing 5-6 times before you kind of even know what you're doing. This is a game you're going to play it 2-3 times before you're like, I got to get oil.
Yeah, it clicks. Yeah. That thing clicks. You're like, okay, I get the game now. Yeah.
So it's a beautiful game on the tabletop as well. They've come out with some really, really pretty additions. Mine's fully loaded, so I have the metal coins.
Yeah.
I have the metal, the metal figures and all of that. All my little wooden meeple people in it have like screen printing, so they actually have like some color. They're not just a red cube or whatever. Right. But the game just is so fun to play, and I don't do the solo game too often in it, but one of the benefits too of buying a Stonemaier Games is he makes every single game solo playable.
Right.
So if you just don't have a group and you have a table you can set up, you can set this game up, and it's just as deep of a game playing it by yourself. Kind of against, they call it the automaton, and you're just kind of flipping cards to decide what the other person, the computer, the AI is doing. It's very difficult. I think I've lost to the automatic play more times than I've won.
You don't cheat? Because when I'm playing by myself, I always cheat. I always win. The thing we haven't mentioned yet is the artwork, which is just, for me, is what, like, I want to play this game just so I can look at the art. Like, I know when I play with my friend Chris, like, he makes you show the pictures of everything. Just because it takes it just takes what looks like old timey, turn of the century paintings, and then let's just drop some mechs in there. And we're just farming hay.
Box art.
Yeah,
like you said, there's hundreds of cards in this game that all have the same quality art on them.
Right.
I believe it's Jacob Ruzalski is the artist that did all this. He kind of did the world building and art and all that.
Beautiful.
And it just works so well. I mean,
it looks like
unloading hay out of a pickup truck with a giant mech.
Right. It looks like he just went to a garage sales, bought really old paintings, and just like tossed some mechs on them. Like that's what it reminds me of. It's just like, okay, I feel like I've seen these somewhere, but there's now giant robots in them, and that's really, really cool. It's just really, it's visually, it's a beautiful game. Like all of the artistic decisions they make, the board is this perfectly like muted colors, but like vibrant enough to make sense. It's a great looking game, and it's so much fun. Why did that one hop in front of Terraforming Mars and Blood Rage? What pushed it into number 3?
Yeah, so I think for Blood Rage, while this has a little bit of player interaction, like if I want an area you're in, I can kind of bully you out of it, but we're not
Yeah.
really battling or fighting.
Yeah.
I just kind of show up with more forces than you, and you have to leave.
You have to leave.
And I think that's why, as I've kind of been going to the board games, I've been doing a lot more of what they call the Euro style game,
Yeah.
to where I'm kind of playing my own game.
Yeah.
And I don't like, maybe I can take something away from you because I need a resource that you have. Maybe I'm gonna hate draft and take something away from you that you may want later. But I'm not really interacting with you at all. I'm trying to just get my stuff. And I think that's why, as I've kind of grown, if you will, or as my tastes have changed, I kind of like that a little more.
Okay.
And that's Terraforming Mars is similar, but also having the board. Again, I'm a war gamer at heart, even though I'm playing more board games now. But I think that's kind of what bunched it up. It and Terraforming Mars, Scythe and Terraforming Mars, feel similar.
Yeah.
In terms of like trying to play things to get this going, and once I play this, I can do this and I can do that. But Scythe has some cool little models, so I think that's what bumped it.
The models
Terraforming Mars down below it.
Yeah.
It's just cool models.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the first time I played it it had all of the like the metal tokens, the metal like chips, like everything. I'm like, okay, this is a nice beefy, weighty, hefty game. So so yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, I do enjoy Scythe as a game that I will be excited if someone pulls out and say this is what we're playing. I get really jazzed for that. Now the one thing I will say is it feels like there are, you mentioned it being asymmetrical, which I think is cool. Like I think that attracts me to a game when everyone's not like starting at the same thing, but it can lead to balance issues. Someone might break the game and find, oh, this combo works the best. Because you select your nation and then the hero, right? Like you get these two different things.
Correct.
And those two combos can be brutal. So, but it feels like they do a pretty good job of balancing that. But I think that, that's my only pushback on this game at all. It's like, okay, because when we play, we kind of house roll. Like you can't take these two things together, or else it leads to a bad experience.
Yep, and Stonemaier Games has actually come out and addressed that, and they've actually put out an official, like, here's two combos that we do not want, like, we recommend you do not run these, because
it's
as
not
gamers
fun.
gamers break, rules and, all that, so, and that's the other thing I love about Stonemaier Games, is the game's 15 years old now, and they're still putting, like, FAQ and, like, information out and, little stuff about it.
Right.
He has 3 expansions plus a campaign. I don't know if you've ever seen the Sons of Fenris campaign, but it's literally, it makes a campaign out of the game. So you literally have a start point and an end point, and it's you need to get 4 people together, and you're going to play about 8 games. But it's this whole campaign mode that makes it really, really fun.
Very cool
to do as well. So the fact that stuff's still coming out for this game 15 years later, I think just attests to I'm not the only one who puts it so high.
Yeah, it's a great game. Okay, so number 3, Scythe by Stonemaier Games. Absolutely, that should be in everyone's catalog. I mean, all of these should be, but the top 5 for sure. Terraforming Mars, Blood Rage, Scythe, and game number 2. So this is the one in the top 5 I have not played. So curious to hear about this one.
Okay, interesting. Yes, awesome. So my number 2 game is Ark Nova.
Okay.
So Ark Nova, even though it sounds real fancy and space and all that, you're building a zoo. That is what Ark Nova is. You are building a zoo. So in this game, it feels very similar to Terraforming Mars.
Okay.
The way you're playing those cards that have like a requirement of you need to have an African animal in your zoo before you can play this card. So it's going to have a lot of those sorts of. So that's why it kind of feels like Terraforming Mars, and it kind of pushed Terraforming Mars down, is because it has that same I'm playing cards with requirements to get conditions.
Okay.
What this did better, and the reason I bumped this up, was it added a map. So as well as playing these cards, you have the zoo in front of you, and you're literally having to play the habitat. So if I want to play the elephant exhibit, if I want to play elephants into my zoo, I need to have a 4-space exhibit big enough for an elephant first. So now I'm trying to create on this little hex card in front of me my own little zoo with attractions, because attraction points is something that's going to count towards in-game scoring, as well as putting the right animals in there to attract people. But then I can also release animals for conservation score, which is like a multiplier. So you don't get it as much, but it weighs so heavily when you do get it. You release a tiger back to the wild, and you get all this other stuff. I would say of all the games on my list, it is obviously my number 2, but it's also like a top 5 in terms of like thinky, crunchy games.
Okay.
It just has a lot going on, but it's a very beautiful artwork. It takes up a decent amount of table space.
Okay.
But it's always fun because you're playing with these little, you're playing animals, or do you want to be more of a science research zoo?
Got it.
They also have like the petting zoo option where you can just put like 5 petting zoos in your thing and you have a huge customer satisfaction score.
Sure.
Because everyone loves coming to your zoo and petting your animals.
Right.
But you didn't really, no one's releasing goats into the wild. So your conservation score is a little lower and your science score is a little lower. So it's a really fun game that I've never even tried the same strategy twice. And I have 40 plays of this game.
Wow.
Because there's so much going on. Like I said, depending on it brings in what nations, like each continent has its own little markers. And if I want to get support from this country, I need to have animals represented from that country.
Interesting.
If I want to attract doctors that are going to, be better for breeding and allow me to have extra animals, I need to put money into research. If I don't put money into research, my animals may die. And like, it's a very deep game. It's a longer one. It's probably pushes 3 hours with 4 players playing it.
Got it.
But it is so close to perfect.
That's awesome.
Game. I really, if I had to tell you one thing I disliked about it, I don't know if I could.
So
it's so close to perfect.
That's awesome. So this is not your hey family, let's sit around and play game night. This is you need to know, you need to speak game. Like you need to know what you're doing. There's levels of a complexity there. So this isn't one that you can just throw down on the table and teach someone in 5 minutes. And this is the main event for game night, right? Like if it takes that long.
If anything, almost a 2-parter, because I wouldn't want to sit down and be like, all right, I'm going to teach you this, then we're going to play it.
Right.
I'm going to teach you this, maybe I come over on Wednesday for an hour and we kind of run through a round of the game.
Right.
And then Saturday we're playing it, with everybody.
Awesome.
Sort of a thing.
Cool.
But it is so worth it because there's so much going on that you don't feel like you're doing nothing ever.
Okay.
Like it always feels like there's something to be had, something you need to be doing. Again, what you do doesn't affect me too much.
Right.
There's when you go to draw new cards, there's 5 face up cards.
Okay.
And face down. And it's one of those, like, you can take 1 face up card or 2 face down cards. So, like, if I really want a face up card, you are able to steal it from me. It's that. Like, you don't directly affect me at all. So I'm never just sitting there like, is this turn almost over? Because I'm like, all right, what do I need to do? I need to do this. I need to plan this. I need to do this.
Yeah.
And my favorite part about this, of all the mechanics, it has this really unique one. So there's 5 actions you can take, 1 of 5, right? And it's weighted. So like one of them is gain money. Okay, let's say it's my number 5 action. It's literally on your board. It says it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's a card. Let's say the gain money action is under number 5. Okay, I gain 5 money, put it in, and then I take that card out. I slide it to number 1, and all the other cards slide over. So now, if I need money again, I'm only getting 1 from it. Let's say I really need to do this action 3, and it's like play a card, basically place a new animal in the zoo. Okay, I can only do 3 animals now because it's in the number 3 slot, and then it goes out and it goes to the number 2, slides over. So sometimes you end up with something like in the 5 slot of play animals, but I only have 2 animal cards in my hand. I don't want to waste this thing being in the 5 slot because I don't, so it's really interesting on balancing, like, when do I do this action? Because I want it to be above 2, but I don't want it at 5. But, this is also now at 4. So like I said, there's its own little mini game you're playing while drafting cards, while placing animals in a zoo, while trying to verify your conservation money and your grant money is coming in properly. Okay. But that mechanic is, I think, the thing that really drove me above Terraforming Mars is having my own little zoo that I'm placing animals in. Right. And that whole thing to where, like I said, you're selecting 1 through 5, and it's always just a sliding mechanism. Okay. And I take the card off when it gets to the number I want. It's near perfect.
That's great. Well, speaking of perfection, let's go to your number 1, which I believe is probably my number 1 as well. Utterly obsessed
Right.
with this game. Go for it. What do we got?
This is Heat.
Yeah.
Pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
So I know we've talked about this many a times.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many friends hooked in onto this game now. Heat is a racing game at its core, and it's just so well done.
Yeah.
So everyone has a deck of cards. I think it's 18 cards when you start
Yep.
in front of you, and you have a racetrack. As you go around the racetrack, you're going to shift to different gears.
Mm-hmm.
And as I shift into a gear, that's how many cards I have to play. If I'm in third gear, I have to play 3 cards. The cards are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you dig in, you can upgrade, to a few more.
Right.
And yeah, you're racing around this track. But then you start hitting corners. And corners have speed limits.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden you hit a speed limit 2 corner, and I have to play 4 cards. And then there's this dead card. It's called heat. And then you have to keep this heat in your engine. But they're just dead cards. And they don't do anything. But if I go speed through a corner, I have to use those and put them in my hand. And it's just... It's amazing game.
Yeah.
I'll let you ramble some about it, too. Because I could talk for 2 hours about this.
Yeah,
game,
no,
so.
I mean, it's your number one, so I want you to take the spotlight. But yeah, no, I agree. Like that it's kind of like a reverse deck builder. Makes sense. Like there's cards you don't want in your hands, and when you get those heat cards, they stay there, and and it limits your potential, limits what you can do. It's so well thought out. The game is anxiety inducing. It really it is, as far as I've never played a board game where I've felt minute to minute tension, right? Where it's, most games like we'll just slow this sucker down and we'll just play, and you're having a good time and your brain hurts because you're thinking a lot. But Heat, like it does it. I'm not gonna say it feels like you're driving a Formula One car, but because it doesn't. But there is a tension and a building there, especially when you're playing with people who know what they're doing, because the game plays a little bit quicker, and it leads to agonizing decisions of what you're gonna do. I say all this knowing that I don't think I've ever won a game of it because I'm bad at it, which is not encouraging for me as a driver. But it's such a good thing that drags you in and keeps you engaged. And I think for me with board games, especially the ones that take a little bit longer, when it's not my turn and someone else is doing something, I'm not paying as much attention. But really, the way that it works, you're captivated. It feels like you're in a race.
Yeah, I'm gonna be glued to your turn
Yeah.
because I want to see, like, he's in 4th gear. How is he making this turn 3 speed? Like, what is he about to? What shenanigans is he about to pull out to make this work?
Yep.
And the sequencing of being able to, like, oh, but I was in last place, so I get to tuck one heat back in, which was the one heat I needed to not spin out to prevent. And I'm just like, how did you manage to see, come up with that combo of cards?
Yeah.
You're right. Watching someone else's turn is just as fun as your own turn.
Yeah.
And then I know we've played a few times together and all that. Have you dug into the campaign stuff?
No, haven't had a chance. No, because I really only play it with you guys, and so haven't done that yet. It's something like because usually when we get together, it's like, okay, we need to play the base game just as a refresher, and then maybe we add in one of the expansions. So I don't play it enough to warrant that, I guess. But I've heard it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So before I tell how the campaign works, I want to tell everybody about the first time you played this game.
Yeah.
We're at Gen Con, and you're in your sling, I do believe, right? Was that the sling?
No,
it was the year before that.
No, it was the year before the sling. We were obsessed with this game.
Yeah, so I was like, I really want to try this game. I really want to play this game. I want to try and play it like one time. I think I had, like somebody else owned it.
Yeah.
So I talked to you and your nephews and your brother, and we sit down, and this game blew up. So Days of Wonder didn't think the game was going to be as successful as it is. They've made like 20,000 copies of this game.
Yeah.
Come to Gen Con. It wins Game of the Year at Gen Con. And there isn't a copy
you
to
can't
be found to buy this game.
No, absolutely.
It's literally sold out.
Obsessed
so we sit down, we play this game. Yeah. We find a guy, super cool, the guy teaching it, taught us the game. And then we're like standing up from the table, and like Drew's quiet, and he's like looking at his phone. I was kind of like, oh man, I wonder if something happened. I think it was your brother or something was like, "What's going on?" You're like, "I'm trying to buy the game. I'm texting Chris to tell him to order the game."
Well,
we literally stood up from the demo, and you're like, "Gotta buy this game.
yeah.
Gotta buy this game."
Yeah, no,
So,
it was that good. I think I was obsessed with it before we played the demo, just based on your explanation. I'm glad you told that story and not the one where I turned the guy and said, "Hey man, I'll give you $500 if you let me take this right now." And he's like, "Nah, I can't do that." But I would have,
yeah.
I would have probably paid that money to walk away with the one
Yeah.
actual functional copy of that game in the entirety of Gen Con that year. It's just so good. So good.
Yeah, but yeah, it's so good. But yeah, if you ever get a chance to dig into the campaign, it's really fun. Basically, we set it to where we just did the base game. There's 2 expansions for the game out now, but we just did the base game. So you have your 2 boards, but 4 tracks, and we're like, all right, we're gonna play each one twice.
Okay.
Sort of a thing.
Yep.
And we just wrote the names of the tracks and we drew them out, like to make it kind of random which tracks we're playing. But it's really fun because then as you upgrade your car with different things, and they stay in your deck for the next game when you start.
Very cool.
Almost to a detriment, though. We got one guy, he just keeps adding stuff, and he never upgrades things. He just adds new things.
Okay.
So his starting deck is like 28 cards now, or almost 30 cards. So he has such a hard, and he only has 1 5 in there, and 1 0 in there.
Right.
So he has so many cards to slug, but he has a ton of really cool. He has breaks that allow him to do, all turns are +2 when he plays this card and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, and you upgrade your cooling system. So every time I play this 3-speed card, which is a good middle speed, I also get to put 1 engine back out of my hand.
That's awesome.
So it adds so much more gameplay, and it makes it so much. And the card, there's 75, 80 cards you can upgrade with.
Right.
You upgrade with 2 to 4 cards per round.
Okay.
Because as you win, I think it's the winner gets 9 points. Second place gets 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Mario Kart scoring. Yeah. So cards get flipped out after the thing, and they have prices based on where they're flipped out. And if you buy something for cheaper, they all slide down. But you spend your series points on those upgrades. Genius. So I could maybe take first place, and I'm going to buy some better upgrades.
Yeah.
But now I'm in last place because I just spent all my victory points across this 8-race circuit. So, do I spend the first 4 races just upgrading my car and hoping that's well enough? Or do I do the slow upgrade to where every single race I'm just getting a bit better, better, and I'm only buying the one, and last place gets first pick. So last place kind of gets to buy the 1 point. They only earned 1 point, but it's 1 point, know? So you might as well buy an upgrade with it because you get that first upgrade for 1 really point. Cool. And yeah, so it's super fun. Then the tracks, the second time you go to the tracks, you can add, the weather, and I can add it's super hot today, so the tires are stickier, or it's really wet today, so that 3 corner is now a 2 because it's wet.
Okay.
And it makes it to where it comes with 4 tracks, which is amazing. I don't know another board game that comes with 4 boards.
Right.
There's really 50 boards inside that box because you upgrade each corner separately and individually. Yeah.
And the thing is, those 4 tracks play so differently from each other. You need a different strategy. So it completely changes the way you play on each track. It's not just okay, it's a different color. It's a little different. It's a completely different experience. The thing that won you the USA track is not going to win in Italy, right? So you have to completely think about it and play it differently. Yeah, it's as close to a perfect game. I like board games. I like them. But if anyone ever says you want to play Hate, I'm like, yes, absolutely, I will do that over anything else. And that's it's uncommon for me because I'm a war gamer at heart. So I would rather play Heat than just about anything. Right. So speaking of that, we do need to I need to play online with you because that's one thing that we've talked about and never got done. So we'll have to slot out some time to do that. But
we should figure out a time and do a live stream. I'll just live stream to the Instagram page and
absolutely
play a game together. Get Josh and Tyler.
Yeah.
And do a little 2-3 hour live stream.
We started a cup. We started the 4 of us I think at Gen Con, and we tracked some results, and we'll have to continue that. I think that'll be a great idea. But no, Heat, folks, I could not agree with you more. It is my favorite board game I've ever played. So the rest of your list is crap. To be honest, I'm kidding. But the rest is no. But Heat, I think, has everything. Even if you just want to putz around the track, like if you're playing this with people who don't really dig into it, you can just show them the mechanic of, oh, here's how you race around the track, and then just see who wins, and that can be a fun little stroll in the park, but up to as complex as you want it to be. And I think, like you said, that's a really good metric of a good game.
So. Yeah, and for me too, like you said, I can pretty much play anybody. It has this little rubber band effect where if you're in last place or second to last, if they're playing with 5 or more, you get like a little extra, and it's enough to keep you in there, but it's not enough to like make a mistake, because making a mistake is crucial. When you spin out, you're done. You're a lap behind, and you're having a hard time figuring it out. So I like that too, to where I played, last Sunday, not yesterday, but the Sunday before, with my buddy who is a gamer, but he's never played it. He's big. Me and him play a lot of Magic and other board games together. His brother, who played a couple board games, their like 12-year-old daughter and wife, who had played like Uno and Monopoly before, and I was able to teach everybody in 20 minutes, and we played a game in like 2 hours with 6 of us playing with people who weren't gamers at all.
Right.
So again, you'll see this theme kind of a lot of my top 10 had. It's a relatively simple, clean. It's a clean system that scales with who I play with.
Yeah, and nothing. That's such a good testament to any game, that it doesn't matter who's here. We can play this game and we're going to have fun. And that's perfect. Well, cool, man. But I think that is a terrific top 10. A lot of things in the top 100 that are really cool. Some games I want to check out. But I mean, if you're building a library, you're looking for games. This top 10 has something for everyone, from the super simple Sushi Go to incredibly complex Terraforming Mars and Ark Nova, to the most perfect game ever created, Heat. These are 10 games that should definitely be on your shelf. And the nice thing about this, you buy all 10 of them, you've spent less money than you would on buying a new Warhammer army or something like that, right? So it's the affordability of board games. Affordability, replayability, variety. I mean, these 10 games will keep you going for years of just enjoyment and
absolutely,
and mixing things up, right? So that's really, really good.
Yeah. I think Sushi Go, when I bought the copy that I was showing you, it was on sale for $16 on Amazon, and I probably have 50 to 60 plays.
Yeah.
The 15, we'll say under 20, because I think it's normally like $19.99.
Right.
50 plays of a $20 game.
Yeah, a dollar a play. That's
and it's gonna just keep going.
Yeah.
And, it's insane. It's really, and I think you nailed it when you said that. Of part of the reason I like the board games is that, like, I bought the game. Maybe an expansion is going to come out, but I don't even need the expansion. I like the game.
Right.
I'm all in. Even the most expensive one, like I think Scythe is like $120 game.
Yeah,
it's an expensive, but again, you're getting a lot of material.
Inside
that. You're getting metal and wood and all this.
Yeah, and it's not a 20-minute game. That's
right.
It's a game we're playing for a couple hours.
2 to 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's
and I'm gonna have it the rest of my life.
Right.
That game.
Yeah. That's you pay that money because you're paying for that experience. Like, you're paying for the big experience where a Sushi Go is like, yeah, I spent $20 on this, I'm fine, right? And so that's really really good. So cool, man. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there, because I think you've given us some amazing suggestions, some really cool things. So anyone who loves board games, go check these out. And we will put links to your socials so you can follow along, and anyone who wants to join can follow along and see what else you've posted. We'll get a comprehensive list of the top 100. So anyone who wants to check it out, they can. We'll post links to all that below, like we do with everything else. Please, if you've enjoyed even part of this, like, subscribe, send money, whatever makes you happy. Join us over on Discord, where you get an opportunity either there or here in the comments. Tell us, what would you like us to talk about? What is it about gaming you like to hear? Check out our sponsors, all of our wonderful people who have made it possible for us to do this stuff. And then I think we're gonna chat with you a little bit later about cooking, right? We're gonna talk about gaming and
Yes.
food, right? Like two of my favorite things, and we'll come back with that.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. We'll figure out how and why.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked for that. So, Dunbar, thanks so much for the time. We will. I'm looking forward to chatting with you more about these, and then of course playing some Heat. Yeah, you and me both, man. Oh yeah, we both missed it this year. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
But we will. We'll be right back after we pay some bills, and we will see everyone here in a few minutes. All right, Dunbar. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Have a good one.
Later, man. Welcome back, everybody. I am now joined by my good friend Patrick from Battlegrounds. Patrick, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you, Drew?
I'm great. I'm great. So excited to talk to you about a couple topics today. First of all, you're the in charge of running Battlegrounds Game Center. You do a lot of stuff for them, but namely doing all the battle reports and stuff that we see on YouTube. You got run that great YouTube channel, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's grown over the past few years, and I'm excited to get it even farther as we get into our new space, which is going to be very soon.
That's
probably today. Actually, I'll be moving stuff in. So.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because I know that's been on the books, and that'll be. And you're going to have a studio over there, right?
Yeah. So no more basement. As much as everybody's like, "Oh no, the basement." No. We'll have an actual studio, a room.
That's great.
Better lighting. The bookshelves are arriving today, so that I can have armies set up around the walls.
Cool.
All the armies for all the different employees in the store, including myself and Matt and them. So we're gonna have some really cool looking stuff. And then after the next few videos in here, we'll start doing in there, and I'll probably do a walkthrough of the whole new store once we get there and everything.
Nice.
And we're really excited because it's gonna open up a lot of opportunity to just do more.
Yeah.
And
no, I
have access to people to do more with, which is
Right.
a big thing, and getting people in time, getting their time to come do video. Because I can't just make a video myself.
Right.
I can play with myself. If you guys really want to see that one day, maybe an April Fool's joke, I'll just do a video of me playing against myself. Keep a lookook for that. That will probably not happen, but it could.
Definitely a better way of saying it is playing games with yourself. So
Yes.
we'll all look out for that. Look out for that one.
I don't think anybody's ever done that. I want to do that now, actually.
I would watch that for sure. I for one will not miss the basement. Speaking as a larger person who has to squeeze themselves in that back spot, but
my camera can't go any higher before I hit the ceiling, so it's you kind of have to hunch a little bit.
Right.
So these are higher walls.
That's good.
So it'll be good.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we're looking forward to that. So, what just briefly, what makes a good battle report? Because you guys have had a ton of success. Like your Spearhead stuff does really, really well. I did note that the MCP and Conquest stuff doesn't do as well. Mostly, I'm guessing because a lot of that has my ugly face on it from time to time, so that probably keeps people away.
The 2 videos you did, just not good. No,
they're terrible.
No,
just
they're fine. I get some. I mean, I got some good comments on MCP. People were excited to see it. It hasn't cracked 1,000 views yet, which is unfortunate. Hopefully after that, maybe it will. People will be like, "Oh, hey," because I'd like to do more of it.
Yeah.
Because we have, between me and Matt and all this, we have a lot of MCP models and stuff we can use to play games with, terrain, everything.
Yeah.
So we'd love to do more of it. Conquest is getting there, though.
Good.
We average around 3,000 views per video for Conquest.
That's good.
Which is pretty good. Some of the older ones, we've only done 3, but between 3,000 to 5,000 views.
Okay.
Now, Spearhead, of course, ranges anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000. It just depends on the spearheads, the content, the timing.
Yeah.
But what makes a good battle report? A lot of trial and error, because initially when we first did this, a few years ago, I started doing combat patrol videos, and I was trying it out, trying to find the right way to film it, the right way to edit it, because I've been in filming and editing for my whole career. Like
Right.
that's just what I do. And early on, I was like, okay, I want to try it like this channel does. I want to try it like this channel does. And it just those kind of you got to find what works for you, because a lot of the times trying to mimic somebody else isn't going to work. So, so I tried doing the holding the camera thing. It was just too much. I tried just doing a single camera over time. It was just too much, or it wasn't enough. And then I was like, okay, so we got an extra camera. So, and then what really helped it also is not even just trial and error. It's also having a good co-host, because Kyle and I, like, we've been doing this now for, I think, 2 years at this point, like almost.
Yeah.
And Kyle and I have a really good relationship. We talk well to each other. We're good friends.
Right.
And when we're on camera, like, there's like a spark that we can riff off each other, make jokes.
Okay.
And when you have that, that's what really pulls people in, the entertainment value of things. Like a lot of the comments we get, a lot of things that people talk about is, hey, you guys just work so well together. We love watching you just have fun. And at the end of the day, it's all about having fun.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I can make the fanciest looking video possible, with all the effects, and, not calling anybody out on that, because people do that really well, and those are awesome to watch. But we like the basic idea of, okay, it's just two people playing a game. And so we have two cameras specifically set for just us.
Right. And
then we have the cameras on the board, but we go back and forth between us a lot because of our camaraderie, interacting with each other. And once we found that hook, I was like, okay, the rest of it's easy, because it's like, okay, I just have a top, I have two side cameras, and that's it. And you just got to know when to cut things and when to what angle to use and stuff. We use a lot of top down because that gives you the best picture.
Right.
But I don't really do a lot of B-roll shots. There was something I tried doing early on, where I was okay, now I'm going to go and get B-roll of inside the battle and stuff, and that just doesn't work for us, because I like snappy videos. I try to keep it around an hour if I can. Conquest goes longer because those games are just longer in general. But for Spearhead videos, we like to keep it under an hour if we can. Because, people's attention spans have definitely shortened over the years.
Absolutely.
And you got to hook them in fast.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I stopped listening 5 minutes ago, but no.
Yeah, see, exactly. Like, I start rambling, and it's like, cool, I got the cliff notes of that. I will ask you about it again later. And then the other thing is consistency. Is, I try to do a video once a week, right? Whether it's Spearhead or just any kind of video, we did a lot of unboxings early on because we are a game store, so we get a lot of stuff in. We like to show that whole stuff off. And a lot of people are into that. But Spearhead was definitely the thing that really took off for us. Even Kill Team for a little while did all right. We kind of stopped playing that just because Spearhead was just it's similar to Spearhead in a way, so we're like, we want to focus on this more.
Right.
And then we do some random offshoot videos. I've done some how to plays that most of my how to plays have thousands upon thousands of views for new games and stuff, especially card games. And my Halo Flashpoint, I was like one of the first people to how to play other than the company themselves. So that's done very well. And I continue to get comments on that. They're saying, awesome, thank you, this helped so much. And I'm like, that's great. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
But yes, with the new studio and everything, like my goal is to maybe 2 videos a week.
There you go.
That it just depends on who I can film with,
Sure.
And if anything, it'll look better.
Right.
So that's the first goal, is getting a new setup that just is really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
And but yeah, that's my experience with battle reports. Are hard. They are. People think, okay, I'm going to just do this, and it does, and it takes a lot of effort, and like not everybody has the gear I have. Like I have 2, Sony cams and 3 GoPros that I use for everything, and C-stands and audio and stuff. People just have their phones, which is fine, and some people just use their phones to record, and that's still entertaining to watch sometimes. It's just what works for you, and this is just what works for us, and I'll probably evolve it as we go, whether it's more cameras or I don't know. I don't know what the future holds with that. But I mean, we're almost we're getting close to 4,000 subscribers.
That's
we
amazing.
started at 300 subscribers a few years ago.
Yeah.
So it's exponentially been growing every.
And I think really, I think the technology is interesting because I watch plenty of battle reports because I jump from game to game and I need to learn them all. I probably start a new game every other month, and my gamer ADD is off the charts. But I think the thing that you said that really resonates, then what brings me back to like watching more and more of a person's videos is really the rapport between the host and the co-host. Like, you can have the slickest looking videos, but if those people are dull or boring or like don't seem to know each other, then it's just like, this is boring. I don't want to watch this. So I think you and Kyle do have a great rapport, and I think that comes through being friends and playing lots of games together and stuff like that. But for me, that works really well, and I think you guys do that exceptionally well.
I mean, we can joke with each other. We can right. At each other's expense. Like,
yes,
I do cut a lot of things that people don't, that are a little more insane sometimes. And I'm just like, okay, well, because we just say stupid stuff.
Right.
But then we get those moments of gold, whether it's like when we roll well and stuff. There's always just a funny moment in there.
Yeah.
That we try to inject into it.
And that's, I mean,
the entire video.
Yeah. You play a game with someone you don't necessarily know really well, and they have a really crappy roll, and then there's that moment where you just like you pause, like, okay, am I supposed to? Is it okay to laugh here?
Is it okay to make a joke? Yeah, because
right.
A lot of people can be a little sensitive about it.
They can.
I have in the past during tournaments. Like, I've been like, oh, crap. Don't talk to me right now because this is not going my way.
Right.
But
yeah.
But we try to have fun, like, especially with our 40K game. Like, I have one that I've been working on. Every time I try to do a 40K video, which is so funny, with the new rules and stuff, they change them.
Right.
And by the time I get to it, and then I'm like, all right, I re-record it. Let's do it again. And they change something else. So this next video that's coming out, actually, hopefully within the next, was before they got rid of the challenge stuff.
Okay.
So we were using that, so people see it. But, they watch it. You're not using that anymore. They don't do that. I'm like,
right.
It was literally a day before they changed it. We filmed. Because of course,
it
happens every single time.
Well,
but we do want to do more like 40K and stuff too.
Right. So at some point you might just have to be like, we're going to tape it, we're going to throw it out, and I think people that know 40K understand the nature of it being an ever-changing landscape, and that's part of the reason that 40K is tough for me. Is like, I don't have time to keep up with that.
The other thing with 40K too is it's just so, and the thing when you film battle report, you got to be prepared for camera issues, battery issues. Like, you guys don't see it, but I have issues all the time.
Right. Whether
it's the camera's just shutting off because they're overheated because it's been 3 hours.
Right.
Or the card fills up because we've been bullshitting too much. So, like, there's there's a level there where you got to find.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we have backup batteries. We have backup, but then that just adds time to the day.
Right.
And when you're going to edit it, you got to connect it. And editing is one of my favorite things to do. And most people hate it. They can't stand it.
Myself included.
That's one reason why I got this job, is because when they were trying to do the channel originally, Matt was like, he edited one video. I was like, I never want to do that again. So I was like, guess what?
Yeah.
That's my career. Let me do it for you. And then
yes.
So, and it's something I've been doing for 15 years, so it doesn't really get boring to me. But I don't know, like, it's an enjoyable thing to do. But it's really funny because my wife is like, you need to do YouTube videos. You need to do YouTube videos like early on, right when it's getting popular, or for like any kind of gaming review stuff. Sure. She's like, you should do this. You should do this. And I'm like, I don't have time. And then now I get the job and I'm doing it. It's successful. She's like, see, I told you could have done it. But I've had, and I'm like, it's fine. I'm doing it I love it. Yeah. So. Yeah.
So the lesson listen to your wife, right? Just
lesson is listen when your wife says to do something you should do.
Yeah. That's good. So yeah, I mean, as someone who's been part of them and sort of like seen the struggle, all those struggles don't get put into the final product, and the mic's not working, this, that, and the other thing. So I mean, I can imagine that the headaches, because I've thought many times like, oh cool, I've got space in my basement, I'm going to set up and do battle reports, and then I got to work with you guys. I'm like, oh okay, maybe it's not as And then you get to the editing, and like anyone who watches these videos, which is not many people, by the way, but knows
Eventually, you'll get there.
We'll get, right? Hopefully, knows that I don't love doing editing, right? So it's just I tape and I throw it up. So yeah, that back end stuff is just that's wild. That like I've dabbled in that. And that's a whole another level of competencies.
It requires a certain brain chemistry to actually do it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Over the years, I've noticed, and like any production job, most people just hate editing. So it's
right.
like I love being on the camera. I love being behind the camera. I love directing.
Yeah.
Get me in that edit suite. Give me a loaded gun. Like it's a lot of people hate it.
Yeah.
So
and that's the tough part too, because like the filming, like when you think about it, you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna film this thing and it's gonna be good to go. Like the filming it, I'm imagining is like 20%, 20-25%, if that, and then like that editing. The editing is just the huge part of it, right? And like
that's the editing is the work.
Yeah.
Turning a camera on and going is, like you gotta understand level, lighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have problems with lighting in this room because I have a bunch of lights, and it's hard to balance the lighting the way I'd want. That's why I'm in a new space, because better like daylight, right. Overhang lights and stuff like that. That'll just be, I won't have to use as much.
Yeah.
Get that like nice level look. So that's always an issue, especially when you're trying to do stuff. But and that's part of the production side that I did, but I wasn't like a big thing. It wasn't like the thing I wanted to. I was just about the editing. I never wanted to be on camera. That was never something I wanted to do. I never wanted to film much, but here I am. That's literally what I did. But I've been enjoying it immensely, and a lot of fun with you, with Matt, with Kyle, Don when he makes rare appearance. I have done a video of Don one.
I haven't seen that one. I'm gonna have to find it.
That was Cyberpunk.
Okay.
We did a really quick game of Cyberpunk.
Very cool.
He was fun to play with, and I've been talking about doing some Conflict 40 videos together.
Cool.
Maybe some bolt action and stuff. So there's a lot of games I'd like to. It's really funny when I do a game system like Conquest or even like MCP, and people are just like Spearhead.
Period. Yeah.
Here's Spearhead. Period.
I came here for Spearhead. How dare you?
This is great. I love it. Spearhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting that, guys.
Like they show up to your page for the Spearhead, and now what are you doing?
Yeah.
You put your Conquest in my Spearhead.
And that's the thing. Like, we are one of the there's like maybe one other content, and like, but I get a lot of praise, and I'm very appreciative of that. People love our content, even when we make mistakes and rules goofs.
Sure.
I'm of the mind that I don't care about rules mistakes as long as we're having fun.
Right.
And most people can agree with that, I think
so.
And it's like, okay, this might have made a difference, but at the end of the day, if it's still entertaining and we're like, oh, it's still close, fun. Yeah. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, and in the comments and stuff, it's like you see people giving grace, and that's important. Like, again, at the end of the day, you're playing a game with plastic dolls, right? Like, so let's not get too bent out of shape about it. So
no, I'm not doing a tournament. Although we do have a tournament coming up.
You do,
which we will talk.
Yes.
At the very end of this year. But yeah, so that's the experience I've had so far with it, and I like to do more. There's more content out there I like to do. I want to get back to doing like our TikTok side of things that we had for a while. Once we get into the new store, I'll be doing more of that.
Very cool.
YouTube is definitely the focus.
Yeah,
and I'm really excited to see those.
So I do want to move on it because we want to talk about playing games and events and stuff. But do you have like just what advice would you give to somebody who wants to start doing battle reports? Like, so what is one piece of hardware that like you gotta have? Is there what software do you want? And what's one enduring piece of advice? Like, I know that's putting you on the spot, but it's really like, so what is the one hardware? What's the one software? And what is the one piece of advice you'd give to anyone who wants to do this?
So you need a camera. Obviously, if you don't have that much money, but you have a phone, like a phone, great place to start. An iPhone, I use iPhone for a little bit, and it can work well for what you're doing. You just got to figure out, okay, how do I want to film that? And then go from there. And it's like, okay, can I film this with just one camera? You can. Great. Try it out with your phone. maybe get a mic to put on your phone that isn't just the internal mic, so that it sounds a little bit crisper, or even a lavalier mic or some kind of wireless mics. They're relatively cheap, like maybe $100, $200. You can get a set that you just connect and you can record off of.
Okay.
Software-wise, that is all about preference, because there's a lot of editing software. Some that is free, some that is not. I use Premiere or Adobe. That's what I've been using my entire production life. Okay. I like it. I love it. A lot of people love DaVinci. DaVinci you can get for free, so we maybe even start there. Some people like Vegas. Whatever. So there's a lot of different softwares there. There's what is it? CapCut. You could do on your phone.
Yeah.
Like if you just record it on your phone only, without eventually edit with CapCut for free. So you just come watch videos, educate yourself, to just do some small thing, and try to keep it short. Like, don't film absolutely everything. Don't keep everything in. Make it short. Make it entertaining.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people get stuck in. I got to show everything. I got to show this exact movement.
Right.
Show how I did this. Talk about it. Talk about what you did. There's many different ways to film.
Right.
As you can see on YouTube and various other. One of my favorite things I was doing on TikTok, which I want to get back to, was 40K in 40 seconds, which I literally just filmed a game and then I cut it in an entertaining way.
Yeah.
And like dice rolls and like models getting blown up and stuff, all within 40 seconds, and then just showed who won at the end.
Right.
Like you can make a really cool video like that and just be like, hey, these are my battle reports. People will watch them and find them entertaining. There's a little bit more editing involved with that, with more knowledge of like X and quick cuts and how to match cuts, stuff like that.
Right.
That you might want to learn about watching videos. You can learn anything nowadays on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I still go to YouTube to. Okay, they've changed something. How do I do this now? Like it happens every iteration of the editing. So.
Yeah.
But my biggest advice is just have fun.
Okay.
Like, don't worry about the details. Don't worry about if it's the most perfect thing you can make. Just make something.
Yeah.
And the more you make, the better you get at it, the more refined it is.
Yeah.
That's with most things in life, obviously. Just practice.
Just show up, do the thing, and have fun.
Don't even post them yet. Like, make them and just edit them and just have them for yourself. Watch them, get ideas from rewatching your own things until you get to the point where you want to start posting them.
Right.
Instead of people to see. And be prepared that if it isn't what people... sometimes people comment those things. Sometimes you'll get negative, thumbs down, stuff like that. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving on.
Yeah.
Just keep making stuff.
Can't make everybody happy.
No, you will never make everybody happy.
But I found you can make everyone unhappy. So I guess
that's very easy to do.
In the grand scheme of things, like if you're not making everyone happy, then you're probably doing something right. And that's how, that's kind of how I view a positivity in this world. It's like it's easy to make everyone unhappy, but if I make a few people happy, then I'm doing
you're
my
doing
job.
something right.
Right. Speaking of doing something right, Patrick, let's talk about game night.
Yes.
How about that? So let's get to the talking about game night. Something that I'm very excited about. I'm going to let you introduce it. Tell everybody, what is game night?
So, game night is Battlegrounds Game Center's attempt to create a whole weekend gaming type convention thing. For the first time, we're trying it out, where we're going to have multiple events running, from miniature events to RPGs to board games to even doing like paint and takes. We'll have vendors. Like, we're running a whole big hall at the Kent State University Hotel and Center, downtown Kent.
Kent, Ohio.
Weekend of, in Kent, Ohio. Sorry, yes. I always got to say Kent, Ohio. Halloween weekend, October 31st to November 2nd. Mm-hmm. So it's 3 days where you can get badges and you can be there the whole day. You can play games with us. We'll have tons of events being ran, including some that you are running for us.
Yep.
They're through Akron Brew Brawl, which is another thing which we can talk about whenever we'd like to as well. So yeah, it's our first attempt at something like this, and we're really excited to try to see how it goes. We've gotten a lot of good feedback. We've gotten a decent amount of signups. We are of course still looking for more because it is closing in fast.
Yeah.
At the end of this month.
Right.
Just like 2.5, 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
And we have quite a few spots left for a lot of our. We're doing a big old world event, tournament 2-day tournament.
Yeah.
Actually, which is pretty.
Yeah, big narrative event.
We're doing multiple, like I said, spearhead tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're into our channel and you want to play us, we will have 2. We're doing one on Saturday, the first, and one for second, on Sunday. And we're doing a giant MCP tournament, which is filling up pretty good.
Yes.
Like, that's almost filled up. It's kind of close. And then, of course, a big Conquest tournament.
Yep.
WCE, if we can.
Yeah, world qualifier, too.
Yeah, we're qualified to do it. We just need the... we have quite a few spots left. I think 12 spots left.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Please sign up. We'd love to have you out. We'll have tons of prizes, of course, for all of these events, including some special 3D printed trophies for everybody that wins, and also second place. Fairly similar to Akron Brew Brawl. I was like, I like that idea. So,
hey.
Game night.
Right. So. No, that's good. So, so I know. So it's a 2-day game, a 3-day game. Well, 2 full day gaming.
Technically 2 full days.
Friday
is
open gaming.
Play day at night. Yeah.
So the scheduled games are Saturday and Sunday, the first and second. Full schedule on the website. All the links will be posted below on this video.
Absolutely.
Like you said, there's going to be vendors there selling at least gamer adjacent stuff, or nerd culture adjacent, probably.
Yeah, so we'll have some RPG Maker, Butt Stuff Games, and some others.
Nice.
Fandamonia, another store in the area, will be there selling some stuff. We have some 3D printers. Our sponsor, Board and Bevy, will be there.
Yeah.
Showing off what they do.
Nice.
And then we have some 3D printers with like miniatures and stuff. And we also have some food. We'll actually have a bake sale going on through a Buckeye.
Oh, good.
Which is the other business I work with. So they will be bringing baked goods along with Horning's Sweet Heat, which is a bunch of really good hot sauces.
Oh,
that
okay.
Are like fruit.
I'll bring my wallet. That's
yes, you should, because they're amazing. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And then so that we'll have a game. I have my one. We have people games that play testing, like board games and stuff like that. So if you're into that, and then you can come and sit in our open tables to play board games, card games, whatever you want. But then we will also have all tournaments running big tables.
Yep.
As well as some RPGs in the back area. Quite a few RPGs running. A good chunk of them are filled up already.
Awesome.
But we have quite a few that don't have anybody yet.
Yes.
Are interested.
So if you're looking to try out a new RPG, you want to meet new people to game with, like, this is a great place to meet gamers in the area. I'm sure most people are familiar with Battlegrounds in the Kent area. You guys are in Ravenna, really close by. But if you're in the area and you're looking for a great experience or new people to play games with, I mean, this would be a heck of a thing to come out to.
Yeah. Also, if you just want to drive out, depending on where you are, whether it's an hour or less or even more, we also have a hotel option with Kent State University Hotel. They have spots for us, so you can hotel for the weekend. We are also doing a big dinner on Saturday, so if you buy a weekend badge or a dinner badge, you can on Saturday, and you'll get dinner. We're going to have a giant pizza bar, which we're going to be details about that real soon. That's why we want to get people signing up now. So we
right.
Everybody. And the other big thing that we are doing is anybody that buys a weekend bag, we are also doing swag bags. So we'll have a bunch of goodies to give out to everybody that joins us.
Nice.
So we'll have a bag with like lanyards, dice, stickers, various other things that you'll see.
Very cool.
That we're excited about. So we wanted to make this a really cool, big thing, even if it's our only one we ever do. We want to get something.
Well, I think it's going to be. I think you'll be doing these frequently. I think it's a great idea. And as far as Kent, for those if you're not from the area, Kent, Ohio is a really cool place. It's a great place in the fall. It's a really beautiful, a lot of old timey sort of great little Hallmark movie downtown feel. So bring the family. I mean, the hotel has a pool. There's a lot of great little restaurants and shops, little downtowns to go. So even if you want to, there's plenty of bars. I went to Kent State for 12 years, so I'm well acquainted with all of them. But bring the family. Like if you want to go play a game and they want to go putz around downtown, there's a really cool, little toy store there and stuff like that. So it's definitely a fun place to hang out for a day or two. A little I don't know, one tank trip as it would be. So.
Yeah, even my wife is going to come hang out with the kids at the hotel. So they'll be there Saturday or Friday night into Saturday and all that, so that they can go to the pool, you know, things. And, of course, Kent, we're familiar with. Again, there's a lot of fun things to do in Kent and the surrounding areas, too. Yeah. And that weekend hopefully should be cool enough and not too cold, not too, well, I mean, it's a few weeks out. Don't know the weather just yet. But Kent at Halloween time is really cool. Yeah. With the leaf changes, there's a really good walking trail along the river. Yes. So if you're really big into like nature hikes and stuff, you can do that. So if you're not playing games, but we'd love you to play some games. For sure. Sit down for some board games or a few of our tournaments that we have going. But yeah, so there's a lot going on with it. It is coming very quickly. Right. My brain is going to explode. I cannot wait to sleep I cannot wait to just sleep November on that Monday. Right. Not do anything. Yep. Yeah. So no, I know your pain as someone who's done this, and this podcast sprung out of our Akron Brew Brawl, but just the lead up to it, and it's like, oh, you're 2 months out. This is a lot of work. Then you're like, oh, it's a month out. The work's doubled, and now you're into the holy crap. There's a million things we didn't think of that now we have to do, and time is coming. The time crunch is a real thing. So. Yeah, we're getting there. And this is our first one. Yeah. We might have some issues. There might be some growing pains. It happens. We're gonna make it as good. We're gonna make it as great as possible. And we want to do it again. Yeah. We'd love to do it again. But first we're gonna get through this one. Yeah. No. It's gonna be great. Like so folks. Game night in Kent, October 31st through November 2nd. It's gonna have something for everybody. I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm excited that I'm running 3 events and seeing the numbers grow. Yeah. So for that, it's gonna be that'll be a good time. So come play some Conquest, MCP, and Trench Crusade with me, or if you want to enjoy your time, go play a game with somebody else. Spearhead with me. I'll be there with Spearhead. Yeah. In the winter, the winner gets to come on our channel and play a game against me or Kyle. There you go. That'd be kind of cool, right? Right? Yeah. That's a tight thing. Yeah. I didn't realize that was a possibility. We're cool enough for that, right? Yeah. That was one of the prizes I wanted to do. I would have signed up to play Spearhead instead. I'll get you on whenever. You don't need to win anything. I'm looking forward to the new studio for sure. But yes, that'll be hopefully within the next 3 or 4 videos, we'll start seeing it. That's awesome. But yeah, that's what I got to say about it. Like we just got to get there. There's not much more to say except go check out the website and see if it's something you're interested in. Yeah. We have multiple pass options, so if you want to play games or if you just want to get there and play open play, just come in and shop. So anybody that just wants to walk in, like, I want to see what's going on. And I think we forgot to mention the gaming space is going to be open 24 hours, like all days, like Saturday night into Sunday, right? You can if you want to come play a role playing game or board game if you want to play Twilight Imperium starting at midnight, you go right ahead. You might be there when we're setting up in the morning. You'll probably be there when you're tearing down at the end of Sunday. Or that too, yeah. Hey, I've gotten through a Twilight Imperium game in. Okay. That's the quickest I've ever done. Probably the second edition, though, right? The first edition. No, fourth edition. Oh, wow. Look at you. Okay. Yeah, that's impressive. I got through it. It's because I was playing with friends that have never really played it before, so I kicked their there you go. The old power game. But that's yes. So it's that 24-hour game space. So like if you buy your pass, like you get to game literally all weekend if you want to. So yeah, the hall will be open. Somebody might have but you can go in there and play games. Good. Most of us will probably be up on Friday night, Saturday. I know Saturday night will be a late night. Yeah. Games, especially RPGs, horror RPGs that we're doing, like Call of Cthulhu. Right. We're doing a big Space Talk event. You can come watch. It's all filled up already, but it'd be really cool to see. Yeah. We're doing a big Apocalypse game on Sunday, so if you guys play 40K, and you have 4,000 points and you want to bring it, please do. We have 16-player Apocalypse. Wow. We're going to try to get through in one day. Good luck with that. How many tables is that? How many gaming tables? Probably like 4 tables, maybe more. That's going to be big. It's going to be big. We'll have time constraints. Yes. On turns. Yeah. So to try to get it running. Well, so maybe don't bring a horde list. Maybe just bring a few big guys. Right. Yeah. I know Matt's Titan will be making a appearance.
Yeah,
so...
if I still had my Eldar Revenant Titan, I would have, or not Revenant, whatever. The big Eldar Titan. If I still had that, I would have come and played, but that soaked up a lot of points.
We're excited for that. I'd love to see a full 60 game. It would be crazy, ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to go, but
right.
It's something that we always did Apocalypse games.
Sure.
In our current store, we always love doing it. We haven't done one in a while, so we're like, let's
give it a shot.
Game night. Let's just try see how many people just stop in and
yeah, that's awesome. Well, any last words on game night and any last words to share with everybody?
Just get your badges,
yeah.
check it out, sign up, play.
Yep.
I don't have much more to say about what it's doing. All the information will be in the descriptions and stuff. You'll get to see it. Yep. Also, be sure to follow Battlegrounds Game Center on YouTube and Facebook and all that, so you can keep in touch with us as we're doing things. Again, we'll be moving soon, so keep a lookout for that because we want to know if you come to the store frequently, like where we're going and how that's going to work.
Excellent.
But yeah, we'd love to have you.
All right. Yeah, all those links will be down below. So just make sure you click, link, subscribe to everything down there. Support your favorite local game shops, conventions, gaming events, and what have you. So, Patrick, thank you for everything that you do to sort of grow this community. I know this area was starved for a long time, and I think Battlegrounds came and really filled a void that was needed in Kent in this area. So. Thanks for all you do. I'm looking forward to game night, and I'm going to try to sleep up for the next couple weeks so I can my old butt. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to hang the whole time, but we'll see what we can do. So
you got 3 events to run, buddy.
You're
running 2 at the same time.
That's nothing. So Akron Brew Brawl tells me I can run at least 5 events at one time. We'll see.
You're going to be playing Conquest, right?
Yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll fill it up and I won't have to, but we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, so Patrick, thank you so much for spending some time talking about a lot about how to do the battle reports and stuff. I think that's a lot of people have questions about that. Really cool. I'm excited for game night. We're gonna see you guys out there. Please come join us. Come play games. Check it out. Buy from our vendors. Support local and everything like that. Cool. All right. Thank you so much, Patrick. We'll see you soon.
See you later.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. Take care.